out. Actually, your voice is not clear.
Ma'am, can we start asking doubts?
Yeah, this is solve with us instructor session. No.
As in,
So
like,
solve. Yeah, in the solve with us instructor session, you like I will display some questions. You have to solve along with me. Like if you have
okay,
some query or something, you can ask there. Okay, after solving the slides, we can take doubts. Okay.
okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, then we will begin the session.
To join peer deck or
Yeah, you have to join peer deck for this. I will tell you like yeah, I will give instructions to join there. Okay.
Ma'am, where do we have to join?
okay.
Peer deck. Yeah, I will inform you like
Oh, okay.
yeah. Yeah, people are joining now, so I'm waiting for a few moments. Like yeah, is my voice not clear or is it clear?
It's clear.
Clear,
It's
ma'am.
clear, ma'am.
It's loud and clear.
It's clear, ma'am.
Clear, madam.
Okay. Now is it clear? It's some people are complaining like it's bit low.
No,
Or it's
initially it was low, but now it is loud and clear.
okay.
Loud and
Thank
clear.
you.
It's okay, ma'am.
It is clear now.
Yeah,
It's
thank
clear,
you.
madam.
Yeah, actually this session, no, I will take in this session in peer deck. So the thing is you need to go to joinpd.com site. Okay. Yeah.
Which site, ma'am?
I will tell you like I should start off the session like
Ma'am, share that site link in the chat.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, you just start and share that link on the screen.
yeah, that's what I will
We'll
do.
follow that instruction.
Yeah.
And one more thing, ma'am. Deepak sir won't come today.
No, Deepak says won't join today.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning.
It's asking for code, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
actually, I'm
it's
asking, it's a doubt clearing session.
solve with us solve with instructor session, but later after finishing that presentation slides, you can ask your queries. Okay. The password. Okay, I will share the screen and I will show you the password and everything. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, please share the link, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, what is the code?
I will display. Okay, I'm sharing that. Okay. Just be patient for 1 minute.
Hello, ma'am. It's Astos here. Good morning. So,
Yeah, Ashutosh.
so do you have official Discord link?
Disc which discourse link?
Yeah.
Official thing like you are from term people, you are term guy or qualifier?
Qualified guy.
Yeah, qualified people won't get discourse now. Discussion forum you can discuss in discussion forum, but discourse will be later after like yeah.
After qualifier.
Yeah, discourse is people for those people who have that what official mail id. Now you are using your own gmails, no mail ids, no. Discourse is for the people who have that official mail id, which will come later. Okay. Yeah, everyone please go to this joinpd.com and enter this password.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Excuse me,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
are the questions which you are going to solve today going to be from the
HKSW
practice assignment or the activity question, or they are going to be entirely different?
Jana.
What?
The questions which we are going to solve today, are they going to be activity questions or assignment questions, or they are going to be entirely different
It's
questions?
not like we are taking questions from particular source. Like
कुछ
they're
नहीं
kind
है,
of
बंद
like
हो गया.
yeah, please everyone please
कुछ भी नहीं है, अभी खाली है.
if you don't have this, I will do this mute all. Yeah, whoever has doubt, you can raise your hand from now. Hello. Yeah, this class is for everyone, for qualifier and for term everyone. Okay.
Excuse me,
This
ma'am.
class is not like
Excuse
we
me,
are not.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I had died at home, so there was a first week assignment I am not doing. What can I do?
What's your doubt?
Ma'am,
Okay, please reply in chat or something, like whether have you entered, have you joined this class? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we'll wait for everyone to join and then we'll start that lesson. Okay. Yeah, please, if anyone has some doubt regarding how to join the session, please you can raise your hand or you can type in the chat box, so I will see that. Okay, then we will begin this class. Please try to answer this. Are you able to write your response? Is some option is coming? Okay, we'll wait for 1 minute and we'll discuss regarding the answer. Okay. Wow, good to see the responses. Yeah, you know. Yeah, I hope like most of you have finished your answer. Yeah, now I'm asking Bindra, what? Abhishek. Yeah, I'm asking Abhishek, Abhishek Ojha. I'm asking you to unmute. You can unmute and you can tell which answers you feel are correct. Okay. Or someone want to volunteer to answer this question? Yeah, yes, Abhishek. Okay. Which of the question is like which of the following are examples of string data type? What is your answer? You can tell your answer. What's your answer? Abhishek?
What is it?
What?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what do you think are the
What you
correct
asked
answer?
about a string data type.
Yeah.
String data type, we are saying that a string data type is a type of, ma'am, this is a type of data type, and in this data type, what I say that, sorry, ma'am, I have a not clear concept of this.
Okay, I will explain you then. Abhishek, you can mute yourself. Okay. Yeah, what is a string data type? Everything which is enclosed in this double quotes like LCD. Like you have this double quotes. No, here LCD is enclosed in double quotes. So everything that is enclosed in double quotes is a string. Everything which is enclosed in a single quote is a character. So I think the professors also they have discussed this thing in the lecture properly. So everything which is in double quotes is a string. Now Abhishek, can you tell what which one are strings here? Uh, Abhishek?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, now can you tell? I told you, no, everything which are enclosed in double quotes are strings. So what are strings here now? Can you tell now what is which options are correct here?
Ma'am?
What I have told is like everything that are enclosed in double quotes are strings.
Yes,
String are of strings
and
data
which
type.
are enclosed in single commas,
Single quotes are
single inverted commas,
characters.
that is a character, and
Yeah,
which
that are
are
character
not
data
any
types.
commas, this is called integer.
Yeah, the numbers without any single quote or double quotes are integers. Okay,
Yes,
1,
ma'am.
2, 3, so on
I
without
have learned,
any.
but I have not revised. I have not
Okay, now
revised this,
can you
ma'am.
tell?
Honestly, so I am unable to.
Yeah, can you tell now what are strings here? Which options are correct?
Unable to see where you ask for.
I'm telling in the peer deck. No, have you joined the peer deck?
Where I can see, ma'am.
Join pd.com.
Where,
Others can you see that?
ma'am, I have registered.
Yeah,
This
you
only
have
show
registered.
solve with the instructor session.
What?
They have no more options, ma'am. I have yes, ma'am. I see this. Which of the following example is string data type? Yes, no, ma'am.
Yeah.
Your question is no. What is a example of string data type?
Yeah. Okay, the correct answers are this one. I hope yeah, others, if you have some doubt regarding this question, whoever has doubt, you can ask. So everything which are enclosed in double quotes that are belong to string data type. So here LCD is enclosed in double quotes, so it is a string data type, and 1 2 3 equal 1 plus 2 equal to 3, that even those are numbers, they are enclosed in double quotes, so they are, so this option B is also string, and option C is also string because it's enclosed in double quotes. Option D is not string, even though it is what it is an array of characters, but it's not string because it is not enclosed in double quotes. Option E is string because it is enclosed in double quotes. Okay, we'll go to next problem. Yeah, someone, if anyone who have doubt, others, are you able to see the screen? Some people are complaining screen is not visible. Please, I request everyone to go to joinpd.com, and I'm still sharing the presentation, no? So
Ma'am, A is the right answer.
yeah, what will be the value of the below expression based on the lecture transformation of sub data types? Print of 30. Yeah, most of the people are giving answers. Yeah, okay, then we can discuss this question now. Print of 30. Now what the lectures in the lecture professors has discussed, like print, if we use this kind of print function, then what we are doing in this function, what this function print does, so whatever number we give, we are the number will be divided by 100 and it will output the following thing. So print of 30 will, what will be the output? So 30 will be divided by 100 and the output will be 0.30, that is A. So it will be clear if you have watched the lectures. So print function will divide the given number by 100 and it will print that number on the screen after dividing that number by 100. So 30 divided by 100 is 0.30, that will be the output. So we'll quickly move through this. Which of the following are the examples of list? So you need to find out what a list, which of the following belong to list data type. Yeah, even if you miss the questions, now you can from here you can solve those, because which of the following are examples of list? So here you have who, for those people whose screen is not like, who are complaining like my screen is not visible, please go to joinpd.com and enter the code. Like the code is password, which I have mentioned in that notepad. So enter that one and you can join the session. Joinpd.com is a website. So you go, you open your Google or something, whatever your web browser, and you type joinpd.com and you enter the code which I have provided in that slide, in that notepad thing. Yeah. What is a list? List is a collection of similar data types. Similar data types means like list can have only the list of integers or list of strings or list of characters. What is a character? Everything which is enclosed in a single code, but it should have only one literal, either A, B or C or D. Only one literal which is enclosed in a single code is called a character, and everything which is enclosed in double quotes is a string. The numbers, like numbers belongs to integer data type. Now which of the following are examples of list? I told you, like, right, the list contains only is a collection of similar data types. And how can you know, like, what is a syntax, or what you can say, how can you know whether something is a list or not? The everything must be enclosed in that square brackets. Whatever you write, it must be in the square bracket, and it must be a collection of similar data type. So the first option here, it is enclosed in square bracket. A, in the option A, you can see all the numbers, all the things are numbers, they are enclosed in square bracket, so it is a list. And option B, here everything is enclosed in square brackets, and it is also a collection of strings, so it is a list. Here option C is a list of characters, because it is enclosed in square brackets, and it has every element in our list is enclosed in single quote, so it is a character, it is a list of characters. Option D, can someone tell, like, it is a list or diction? It is not list, right? Here, because there are no square brackets, it's flower brackets, so you can say like the option D is not a list. So the correct options are A, B and C. Okay, these are okay. Which of the following are examples of a record of record? What is a record? Record must have everything which is enclosed in forever. Records must have some fields and also some associated value to that field names. That is a record. List doesn't have field and values, but record must have field and values, and they're enclosed in flower brackets, you can say that. Here the thing is, which of the following are examples of a record of record? It's not just record, we want record of record. You can write option A as 1, 2, 3, 4. I can understand that you are unable to type the. Okay. Is first option a record? Yes, correct, because it has some field. Name and age are fields and it has some value, associated value to that, right? It has like name has George and age has 25 as its values. So it has name, field names, and also its corresponding values. So option A is record. But the thing which we want in the question, which the question wants, is record of record. It's just a record. So option A is not correct. And option B. See, in option B, everything is enclosed in square brackets. Is it a record? It's not a record, right? It's a list. It is a list of records. See, you can see a list and the elements in list. How can you say this is first element and second element? Each and every element in the list is separated by a comma. So here everything, the first thing, name George, age is 25, that thing, and name Alex and age is to 35. Both these elements which are in flower brackets are separated by comma. So you can say this as first element and the other thing as second element. So it is a list. Option B is a list of records. And coming to option C is a record, and it has, okay, it has day as its field name and the values as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that as list. Here also month as field name and the value is a list. Is it a record of record, or it's just a record? It's only a record, right? Because it has field and the values of those fields are a list. It not a record of record. It is only a record with some field names, but its a values is a list. Corresponding values are list. And coming to the option D, it has what? It has field names, and each field name has some values. Each value is a record. Each value is a record for each that field name. So it is a record of record. So option D is correct. Will someone can someone tell, like, everyone did everyone get this what I'm telling? Yeah, is list because it is in square bracket? Yes, list because it is in square brackets. Are everyone able to hear me? Yes, record is similar to, okay, thanks for answering. Yeah. Why not C is because C is a record, it's clear. But the thing is, it's not a record of record. C has field names, day and month are field names, and corresponding values are list. They are not records. It's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's a list. So it's just a record with some field names and values, with the values as list of this Mondays, Tuesdays, and months. Okay. And option D is a list. Why option D is correct? Because it is a record. You can see that everything is enclosed in this curly braces, you can see. And it has some field names. Field names are Asia and Europe. And corresponding values. The Asia values are again a record of India. In this record, you have India as this field name and the value as New Delhi. In this in this also, for this Europe, you have this record as what value. For that, in that value, you have France as a field name. So it is a record of record. Each field name of a record is associated with some value. That value is nothing but other record. So you can say it is a recorder of record. What is a record of record? Nothing but each field name must have another record as its value. Then it will become a record of record. Okay, we'll move to the next slide. Then, okay, this is regarding sanity. Find the sanity of data. So there may be few incorrect lines in this table. So you need to figure out in this slide, you need to figure out, and you can write your responses. Yeah, there may be more than one. Yes, curly brackets is a record and square brackets is a list. Sanity of the data means, like, you need to check whether the everything which has mentioned on the slide is proper or not. Like, is everything is correct or not in this? Is there something wrongs in the table? Like, whether everything is proper or not, you need to check. Okay, should I start or should I wait for some more time? Thanks. Okay, I think I have given enough time. We'll see this question. So you need to check whether everything is proper or not. The information data given here is correct or not. Line 1 is store name is Sun General. Yeah, nothing. No need to worry here. Customer name, yeah, Suresh. It's okay, fine. And line 3, item is batteries. Category is utilities. Yeah, if you see the score status set, then it will be, then you can understand this. Battery belongs to utilities category. and quantity is to price per unit. You can see price as price per unit. So price is 14. So the total cost will be 2 into 14 will be 28. Line 3 is correct. Line 4, tomatoes, vegetables, food, 1.5 quantity, and price is 80. So what will be this? 1200. It's not right. For 1 kg it's 80. For 1.5 kg it will be 120. So the line 4 we have a error. It should be 120. It's not 1200. Okay. And line 5, geometry box, stationery, and 0.5. How can you purchase a quantities like geometry box? You can purchase either 1, 2, or 3. Like you can't purchase 0.5. So line 5 is also incorrect. And line 6, bananas, fruits, food. Okay. 4 kgs 5. Yeah, 5. Price is 5. 4 into 5 is 20. It's also correct. Yeah, line 7, mosquito coil. Is mosquito coil fruits? It's not right. So line 7 is also incorrect. Line 8, guava. So it's it's fruit. 0.5, 0.4. And yeah, you can buy what? You can buy 250 grams. No, that is 0. Or something. You can buy whatever quantity you can buy, of this fruits. So 120. So it will be 120 divided by 0.4. It is 48. Correct only. Earphones, electronics. Yeah, everything is proper except this line 4, line 5. Line 4 because it should be 120, and line 5 it must be either 1 or 2 or something like that, but here it's 0.5. It's wrong. And line 7, those are errors. Yeah, everyone. See, line 8 is correct only because here also tomatoes also I have mentioned as vegetable food, and quantity as 1.5 kg. So like we have weighing balance. We can measure like, okay, if you want to purchase 2 fruits, then they will weigh those fruits and they will tell, they will give, they will what, charge for those 2 fruits by measuring those what weight. If the kg is like 30 or something, then they will weigh the 2 fruits and they will charge only for those 2 fruits according to the weight. So you can, the kg can be 0.4 or 0.8 or something, anything, 0 some other thing. 0.4 is like 0.4 kgs. So yeah, this will be, this you can understand if you see, if you are familiar with the data sets which we have provided. In the data sets we have just provided quantity, we haven't mentioned units, like whether it's kg or it's like 1 unit or 2 units something. It's not here. Just you need to assume yourself, like if they are tomatoes then it is in kgs, if they are fruits or something then it will be in kgs, if there are some devices then it will be in some units. So it will be like that. Okay. Problem 6, what should be the correct sequence of steps? What should be the correct sequence of steps or statements to find the total number of nouns, verbs, adjectives, and pronouns in the paragraph words dataset? It is multiple select question. So please remember this question. We need to find total number of nouns, verbs, adjectives, and pronouns. Nouns, verbs, adjectives, and pronouns in the paragraph words dataset. So I'm going to display those steps here. And okay, some people have last question, line 5, geometry box. Yeah, geometry box you can purchase. Can you purchase 0.5 geometry box, like 0.5? It's not correct, right? You can purchase either 1 geometry box, 2 or 3 geometry box, but not 0.5 or 0.75, something like that. So line 5 is incorrect. Okay. this question is to find nouns, verbs, adjectives, and pronouns from the paragraph words dataset. So I'm going to display here this. Yeah, nothing. There is no grade or something in the periodic session. It's just like it will make the session more like kind of answering thing, so I can see what answers where the people are getting confused. So that's fine. So you no need to worry like it's not some marks or something. There are no marks for this. Okay, we'll wait for 1 minute and I will start this question. Please try to answer, everyone. Everyone, please try to answer this. Yeah, more, why like, yeah, please everyone start answering the question. Yeah, then we'll start this the question. So according to the steps, we can see that the first step must be B, because we should arrange all the cards in a single pile called pile 1. This is, yeah, if you have gone through the practice assignment questions or graded assignment question, you can clearly see that option B will be the first step. You can clearly find, because every step we are following, in every question we will follow the first step is this one only. Arrange all the cards in single pile called pile 1. And the second step must be read the top card in pile 1. So you are arranging all cards in the pile 1, and you are reading the top card from pile 1 in this. That must be the second step. And then maintain 4 variables: n count, p count, a count, p count, and initialize them to 0. So the thing is like, you should arrange all the cards in pile 1, read the top card from, or you can do like, you can maintain 4 variables, because you need to find number of nouns, number of verbs, number of adjectives, and number of pronouns. So you want to initialize those variables, so you want to maintain those 4 variables to count those. So only n count must be incremented only if you have seen noun, and v count must be incremented only if the verb is noun. So for that purpose, you should maintain 4 variables: n count, a v count, and a count. Okay. If the pile 1 is empty, then you will check before reading. If the pile 1 is empty, then you are telling, since you should stop the iteration, then you should read the card. So why the process is like that? Why? So you are why the process is not like You are arranging all the cards in pile 1 and read the top card in pile. Why you are not doing that? Because see, while iterating, like while you are moving card from one pile to other pile, so you have come to the last card. So in for that iteration you will have the top card as last card. For the next time you are there won't be any card to read, but still you will follow this instruction, read the top card from pile 1. So this should not happen, right? So before reading the top card from pile 1, you should check whether the pile 1 has more cards or not. So if pile 1 is empty, then you should stop the iteration. If the pile 1 is not empty, then only you should read the top card in pile. So these are the first step, and the second step is initialization, and third step is you are checking this, and fourth step is reading the top card from pile 1. And what should be fifth step? The parts of speech is noun, then increment and count. Is it only that? So if you have seen verb, if you have seen pronoun as your first word, then also then p count must be incremented, no? So the steps can be like, so if the first word is noun, or if the word is verb, anything, the thing is like you should count number of nouns, number of verbs, or number of adjectives. You can count nouns or pronouns, adjective, wherever you want. It's not like noun should be counted only in this step. It's not like that, no? So first step, so fifth step can be this one or this one. If the parts of speech is adjective, then increment a count, or if the parts of speech is verb, then increment v count, or anything. If the parts of speech is pronoun, fifth step can be any one of those. So if you have put fifth step as this a, then sixth step must be like you need to choose, like you can follow any order for fifth, sixth, seven, and eighth step, either this a or this d or I, yeah, or F. So you can follow any order for the fifth, sixth, and seven, eight steps. So if you have seen noun, it's according to your preference comfortably. And what should be the ninth step? Ninth step must be move the current card to other pile, call pile 2, and repeat from this step. You should check whether the parts of speech, if the pile 1 is empty or not. That's all. That's it. So I will see this chat one. Yeah, these questions, no, these kind of questions, they will give these questions as multiple select questions. So you can see the answers as B. You can see the options as B, H, B, H, E, C, A, and some other, like you can find like all those correct answers as four options or something. Fine, yeah, these kind of questions will be given in as multiple select question, so you can pick your correct answer. Like many answers can be correct, so they will give all these what sequences as options, so you can choose those. I think everyone is clear in this. So what will be the A represent at the end of, what is the A represent at the end of execution? Okay, I think you are unable to present your right response. Okay, I think I have given enough time. What will A represent at the end of execution? So the here the step one is like arrange all the cards in single pile called pile one, and step two is maintain two variables A comma B and initialize them to 0. Okay, if pile 1, so firstly we are arranging all the cards in single pile called pile 1, and we are maintaining two variables A and B and initializing them to 0. I think everything is clear till here. And in step 3 we are checking if the pile 1 is empty, then stop iteration. If is conditional statement, so you are checking here whether pile 1 is empty or not. If pile 1 is empty, then we are stopping the iteration. Step 4, if pile 1 is not empty, then we will execute the step 4 5 6 7, all these steps. So step 4, in the step 4 you are reading the top card in pile 1, and in step 5 you are checking if parts of speech is verb, then increment B. So you will check whether the cards parts of speech is verb. If it is a verb, then you are incrementing B, that is B equal to B plus 1. Initially B equal to 0. If it is a verb, then you will make increment it by 1. If the word does not end with full stop, then execute step 9. So if it is not at the end of sentence, when you will see a full stop in your word status set, if it is at the end of a sentence, if that word is the last word of a sentence, then you will see full stop along with that word in your word status set. So in the step 6 you are checking if the word does not end with full stop, then you execute step 9. So you are checking, you should execute this step. Move the current card to another pile called pile 2 and repeat from step 3. Step 3 is like if pile 1 is empty, then so that is like you are checking whether the word ends with full stop or not. If it is not, then you will move the card to other pile and you will iterate again. You will pick the top card and you will see whether it is a verb or not. If it is a verb, then you will increment B. If not, then you will check whether the word ends with full stop or not. If it is not ending, then you will execute step 9. If it if if it ends with full stop, that is if it is at the last of a sentence, then you will execute this step 7 and step 8, because you should go to step 9 only if this condition, if the word does not end with full stop is happening, then only you should execute step 9. If this is not, then you should execute step 7 and step 8. So if the word ends with full stop, and step 7, if the word ends with full stop and be equal to 1, that is if it has seen a verb already. If it has seen a verb, only one verb, then increment A. Then only you are incrementing A, and then you are resetting the variable B to 0. So at the end of sentence you are resetting B to 0. So what A will represent at the end of execution? These are the options. we'll give one more minute and we'll start. Okay. Yeah. It represents total number of sentences with only one verb in it. Okay, I will explain you this logic, the strategy here. Initially, you are maintaining pile 1, and from pile 1 you are moving cards to pile 2. How you are moving cards to pile 2? You are increment, you are checking for these two things, whether the word is ending with full stop and whether the word is a verb or not. You will check the two things, and the total strategy is this only. If the word is ending with full stop, then you are checking whether b equal to 1 or not. If b equal to, when you are making incrementing b, if it is a verb, then you are incrementing b. So this is these are the first few cards of our words data set. The first word is it. You can say it. Is it a verb? No. And if the word ends with full stop and b equal to 1, no. So our b value will be 0 and a value will be 0 only initially. Verse. The second card is verse. Verse is a verb. Yes, verse is a verb, and word ends with full stop and b equal to 1. Word is not ending with full stop. So, and for and case, both conditions must be satisfied. Even if one condition is satisfied, then it won't happen. If both conditions only satisfied, then we can say the condition is satisfied. So b is 1 and a is still 0. Monday is a verb? No. So word is not ending with full stop and b is 1 and a is 0. Okay. Morning is a noun, it's not a verb, so it's not verb, and word is ending with full stop and b equal to 1. Yes, this is correct. Now this word morning is ending with full stop and b, the variable b is already 1 here. So yes, this condition is satisfied, so then a should be incremented by 1. After seeing this, you are making b to 0. So in the condition you have seen that if the word ends with full stop and b equal to 1, then incrementing a. If not, you should, if even though if the condition is not satisfied, you should make b value to 0. So at the end of every sentence, b must be 0. So again, you can see in the next cards as well. Swaminathan is not, no, b is 0 and a is 1. A is 1 because you are not resetting a to 0. You have incremented a to 1 already. So was is a verb. So b must be 1. A must be 1 and b equal to 1. Reluctant is not a verb. So no, and they will be same. B and a will be same. To is also not a verb. Open is verb. So b will be 2 here. And so what happens if b, you should check only in the steps it's given that only if b equal to 1, only if b equal to 1, then only you are incrementing a. If b equal to 2 or if b equal to 3, you should not increment a. You should check whether word is ending with full stop and b equal to 1, then only you should increment a. If not, you should not increment it a. That's why it is total number of sentences with only one verb in it. It's not like 2 or 3 verbs in it, or at least one verb in it. It's like only one verb because you are checking whether b equal to 1 or not. That's fine. So the correct answer is that. I hope it's clear, or you have some. Yeah. So you need to find which one has generated higher revenue, either electronics or stationery. These are the steps, and you need to find which are the correct what should be filled in those steps. So in step 1 you are arranging all the cards. What should be step 2? Step 2 is generally in the all our questions you can see you should initialize variables. So you should understand what variables you should maintain here. That should be your step 2. And step 3 you are checking pile, whether pile is empty or not. Step 4 you are reading top card. Step 5 the bill contains one or more items with category electronics, then add cost of all such items to e-cost. So you are adding all the items which have of category electronics, you are adding those costs to e-cost. So you should understand what is the c cost and what is the s cost, then move the current card. Similarly, in the stationery you are adding all such entries, so you are finding which cost is higher. So these are the options. I will wait one more minute and you should figure out. I will start. Okay, the option is C. Yeah. Do you know, like by seeing the steps you will understand, like e cost and s cost we are declaring they must be declared somewhere because you should store. Then add cost of all such items to e cost. So e cost and s cost are some variables, they must be declared somewhere. By seeing these steps you can understand that. So the steps must be: maintain two variables e cost and s cost and initialize them to 0. Why only to 0? Why not to other things? Because you should add, see, e cost, in the e cost you are adding all the cost of all the items of, like, which belongs to electronics, all the electronic category items. Some like cost of all such item sums you are adding to e cost, and s cost is like stationary category item bills, cost amount. So you should add to those variables. So if you add, if you initialize them to 1 or something, then the sum will be like 1 more than whatever sum it was. So you don't want that. So you want only those actual sum, whatever the cost of those items. So you should maintain and initialize those variables to 0. So options given are: initialize them to 0, none. Why not none? So e cost and s cost are of integer data type because you are storing some value. Some is some number, 1000, 2000, 3000, some number. So it must be some integer. So integers must be initialized with some number. It's not like with strings. None is a string, so you cannot initialize integer numbers with strings, so they must be initialized with zeros. And so higher is like, higher must be a variable, like it must be string because you should say, you should store whether its electronic category is getting more value, some value, or stationary amount is more. So it should hold some category name. So it is a string, either electronic or stationary, it should hold, it must be a string. So string variable must be initialized with some strings, that you can say it as none. So defaultly, like if you want to initialize strings, then you should initialize with none. Or if you want to initialize with some variable, also you can initialize like either, but you should initialize with only with strings. Here must be only a string, so it must be only none. So the possible option is only C, where e cost and s cost must be initialized with some number, with not with any number, with only 0. So that's why it must be C option. Okay. So what will be the values of count and x represent at the end of execution? What is count and x? You should find what will be the count and x at the end of execution. So you are arranging all the cards in single pile called pile 1, maintaining variables count and x, and you are initializing them to 0. If pile 1 is empty, then you are stopping the iteration. Read the top card in pile 1. If the customer name is Srivasan, then increment count and add total bill amount to x. So move the current card to other pile called pile 2 and repeat from step 3. You are incrementing count and you are adding total bill amount to x if the customer name is Srivasan. So you are asking for what is count and x represent. Okay, I think I have given enough time. So it counts the total. Count variable will store total number of Srivasthan bill, and X will store the summation of total bill amount of all Srivasthan bills. Because you are incrementing count, you can see here, you can incrementing count only if the customer name is Srivasthan. So it will store, count will store only number of bills of number of Srivasthan bills, and you are adding total bill amount to X only if the customer name is Srivasan. So it will store the summation of all the total bill amount of Srivasan bills, but not. So you can see in the option A, it is like count total number of bills, count storing total number of bills. No, right? It is storing only Srivasan bills. X is summation of total bill amounts of all bills. No, because you are storing only Srivasan bills. Count is total number of Srivasan. See, that's why the other options also you can easily figure out why they are incorrect. Yeah, this is the solution strategy. You are moving cards from pile 1 to pile 2 by checking whether the bill is Srivasan or not. If the bill is of Srivasan, then you are incrementing count by 1, and also you are adding total bill amount of that Srivasan total bill amount to X. So here is an example of the Srivasan bill. If you have seen this card, then you are incrementing count by 1, and X variable will be, X is initially 0, X will be 0 plus total bill amount, that is 567. Similarly, if you have seen another card of Srivasan, then count will be incremented by 1, count will become 2 this time. If the total bill amount is something like 500, then you will add 567 plus 500, that will be 1067. That is the solution. Oh, why? So you should find what does X represent at the end of execution. The question is like, what will X represent at the end of execution? Should I move to other slide or should I wait? Yeah, I will wait for 1 minute and I will remove this. What will X represent at the end of execution? So Okay, the correct answer is C, because I will tell you this flowchart. I will explain. So here, interpret the following flowchart and answer the questions. Let A, B, and C be the three distinct integers given as input. Okay, A, B, C are we are telling A, B, C as three distinct integers. So A, B, C are of integer data type. So start, and you are, this is process or activity box, you can say. A, B, and C are there, and you are initializing the variable x to 0, and you are checking in the first decision box whether A is greater than B or not. So okay, we'll put some example, because we have mentioned here ABC as integers. You can keep as 189. Okay, 189. If you assume 189, so A is 1 and B is 8. Whether 8 is whether 1 is greater than 8, no. So this decision true, you will true is not satisfied, so you will go to false side. So you will check whether C is greater than B. So I told the numbers are 189. So whether 9 is greater than 8, yes. So you will keeps x as C. So the correct answer is, so you what the variable x is storing, it is maximum of three numbers you are storing. So similarly you can take other examples also, and you can check whether x is actually representing maximum, or whether it's checking whether it's representing median or second largest. You can check by putting those values. So if you check by putting the values and everything, then you will understand this x is actually storing the maximum of three numbers. So here in the first decision box, you are checking whether A is greater than B. Okay, if A is greater than B, then you are checking whether whether C is greater than A. If C is greater than A, then C will be maximum. If not, A will be maximum. Similarly, if A is not greater than B, that is, if B is greater than A, then you will check whether C is greater than B. If C is greater than B, then C will be maximum. If not, B only will be maximum. Yeah, this is the last question. Yeah. Now you can ask your doubts here. Now. Yeah, now you can raise your hand. Whoever has doubts, you can just write in the chat, or you can raise your hand. No, you should, yeah, you can close the joinperiod.com, and if you have doubt, please tell. Some people, they are complaining like they have question in the go the sanity checking question. So I will move back to this question. Okay, this is the question. Okay, what's your doubt in this question actually? Eighth question. Sixth question, eighth question, 10th question people have. Yeah. So this by eighth line is clear, right? This is a fruit. Yeah, it belongs to fruit category, and the quantity is 0.4. Yeah, you can purchase how much, whatever you can purchase, like 100 grams of guava or something. You can purchase 200 grams or something. It's in 0 point. Generally it's in cages, you can say it's in cages. So 0.4. If you have gone through the shopping with data set, then you will see the quantity will be in cages. If you go to the cards, then you will understand quantity will be in cages, and utilities when this other things will be in numbers, unit 2 units 3 units, something like that. So 0.4 for 1 kg it's like 120, but you want only zero price of 0.4. So 120 divided by 0.4, answer is like 48 only, no? So no, wrong in this option. And problem 6 also some people has doubt. What's your doubt in this problem 6? Yeah, in the problem 6 you need to find total number of nouns, verbs, adjectives and pronouns in the paragraph words data set. So the C, the only thing is all the steps are common. Most of the steps are common for many of the problems. Like you will first arrange the cards, and then you will initialize the variables, then you will check whether pile 1 is empty or not, and you are reading top card. And the only confusion is like, if the parts of speech is noun, then increment and count. So this step can come after this step also. If the parts of speech is verb, then increment we got. So all these steps, the question is like you need to find nouns, verbs, adjectives and pronouns. You can count, see, you can count nouns, verbs, adjectives anywhere. Like only the thing is like, it should not be necessary like nouns, only the nouns should be counted first. So the steps, see, if you see the steps, then you will understand either this can be this step A can come first, or D can come first, anything. All these will be valid, all these steps, all these sequences can be valid, because see, you can count nouns after counting verbs or after counting adjectives. It's up to you, but the thing is like you should count number of nouns, number of verbs and number of adjectives and pronouns at the end. You can count in anything as first or anything as second. It's not like that. That's why the option, the sequence can be or. Because of that I have used or here. Okay, yeah, most of the people has doubt between what is the difference between character and a string. The character is enclosed in single quote, and character must have only single literal like either a, only A, or only B, or only C, but not A, B, but not A, C, something. String is nothing but array of characters, and it must be enclosed in double quotes. See, character can be also one which is enclosed in a single quote will also become a character, and two which is enclosed in the single quote will also become a character. So everything which is enclosed in a single quote is a character, and it must have only one literal in it, that is a character. Only one literal in it, and it must be enclosed in a single quote, then only it will be a character. And everything which is enclosed in double quotes is a string. It can have numbers in it, or it can have only one alphabet in it, but if it is in a double quote, then it will become a string, because a string is array of character. Array can have only one element, can have one or many elements in it. So one which is enclosed in a double quote will be a string, and one which is enclosed in a single quote will be a character, and one without any quotes will be an integer. Okay. Why IITM not a string? Because it's not, IITM is not enclosed in double quotes. That's why IITM is not a string. If you have seen the first question, it is not enclosed in the double quotes. That is why it's a not string. String is an array of characters and it must be also enclosed in a double quotes. That then it will become a string. If not, it won't become a string. Sorry. Yeah, any other content related doubts apart from this presentation, guys? So I hope you are clear, like, about what is a list and what is a record. List is nothing but it must be enclosed in square brackets. Collection of data type which are enclosed in square brackets is a list. And if we are mentioning about a record, it must have some field name and corresponding values to that field name. The values of that field name can be a list or can be a record or can be just some string or can be an integer as well. The field names also, it can be a string or it can be a number or whatever. It can be integer, data type or anything. Okay, question 10. What's yeah, here the question will be better understood if you put some values and if you check. You can keep some numbers, like whatever numbers, 80 or some any big number or any small numbers, and you try to what answer, find the answer of this question. Then X will be storing the maximum value of those three numbers. If so, it will be also clear if you go to the flow chart. You are checking whether A is greater than B. If A is greater than B, then you should check A with C. If A is greater than C, then A will be maximum number. Or if C is greater than A, then C will be maximum number. So in this first decision box, you are checking if A is greater than B. If yes, then you are checking if C is greater than A. If C is greater than A, then C will be maximum. If not, A will be maximum. That is why you can, X is always storing maximum number, you can say, if you go to the flowchart. Yeah, gender. See, gender is M or F. So if you have seen your course card data sets, it will be enclosed in the single quotes as well. So M is M or F, which is enclosed in a single quote, is a character data type. But in one of the practice assignment question, the question is gender M? So that is, you are checking whether gender is M or not. The answer will be like true or false. So it will belongs to Boolean data type. Question 7. So in the question 7, all the steps are same as previous steps. So in the step 5, you are checking whether the parts of speech is a verb, then you are incrementing B. And in step 6, you are checking if the word does not end with full stop, then execute step 9. Initially, you will check whether the parts of speech is verb, then you are incrementing B. In the step 6, you are checking whether the word is ending with full stop. If the word is ending with full stop, then you should execute step 9. That is, move the current card to other pile called pile 2 and repeat from step 3. If the word is not ending with full stop, then you should execute step 7 and step 8. That is, if the word ends with full stop and if b is equal to 1, then increment a, then reset b to 0. The steps you should check after that. See, this is the, so I'm taking example as it was Monday morning. So it is not a verb, so v will be 0 and a will be 0 because word is not ending with a full stop and is not equal to 1, so a will be 0. Word is not a verb, so b will be 0. Verse is a verb, so b should be incremented, that's why b will be 1. And word is not ending with a full stop and b is b equal to 1, but word is not ending with a full stop, so a will be 0 only. Monday is not a verb, so b won't be incremented, b will be 1 only. The word is not ending with full stop and b equal to 1. B is not b equal to 1, but the word is not ending with a full stop, so a will be 0 only, a won't be incremented. Morning is a noun, it's not a verb, so b won't be incremented. And word is ending with a full stop and b equal to 1, yes, because b equal to 1 and word is ending with full stop, both the conditions are satisfied, so a must be incremented. So a equal to 1 and b equal to 1. If you iterate all these things, then you get all the words, then you will find that actually a is storing the number of sentences which has only one verb in it, because you are checking whether b equal to 1 or not. At the end of every sentence you are checking whether b equal to 1 or not. If b equal to 1, then only you are incrementing a at the end of every sentence. And you are reinitializing, resetting b to 0 after the end of at the end of every sentence. Yeah, I hope this helps. How to differentiate list and record, I have told, right? List is enclosed in a square bracket and record is enclosed in not flower brackets. Yeah, yeah, according, because basically you can say as flower brackets, and record has some field name and the corresponding values to that field name, but the list will not have any fields and values corresponding kind of thing. It has only, it is just collections, each and every element will be separated by comma, that's it. You can have strings in it, you can have integers in it, everything. You can identify list easily by looking square bracket, and whether they are separated by comma or not, you can check. And the record, you can identify it as record by checking whether it has field, and also whether it has some value or not, you can check. And yeah, that's how you can identify list and record. Yeah, any other? Yeah, presentation, this presentation will be uploaded in the on the portal as well. Yeah, you can find the presentation. Have everyone solved those practice assignment and graded assignment questions? Please try solving them. If something is not clear, you can have there is practice assignment solutions, right? You can go through the solution. If even after seeing the solutions, if not, if it is not clear, then you can write in the forum or discourse. Then yeah, then the question will be answered there. But yeah, strictly discussing regarding the graded assignment questions before the deadline, is not allowed either in forum or anywhere, any live sessions or all. So yeah, once this red assignment submission deadline has finished, then you can discuss. You can ask queries also in forum and everywhere. Okay, then your doubts will be answered. Is there some problem in submitting assignments? Yeah, you can ask any content related doubts also here. Yeah, I have explained many times. List what is a string and character. List must not a string must be enclosed in a double quotes. So you can see here string and it is enclosed in double quotes. It's nothing but array of characters. So here 1 plus 2 equal to 3. It is also like 1 2 3 equal to plus. It is made up of all those things, you know. 1 is a character, 2 is a character. It is nothing but array of characters. So and it also enclosed in double quotes, so it is a string. And 99 is also string because they are in double quotes. And this option C is also a string, and option D is not a string because it's an array of characters but there are no double quotes to it, so it's not a string. Yeah. Question 4. Yeah, question 4, we are asking about record of record. Record must have some field and some value. So option A is a record because it has field names as name and age. The values of those field names are George and 25. So it has some field names and some values to those field names. So A is a record, but the question is record of record. So each and option B is not a record. It is a list. It is a list of records because the elements in the list are records. Here you can see name George, same name Alex. So here option B is a list of records, so it's not a record of record. Option C is a record. It's only a record because it has some field names and values, and the values to this record field names are list. So it's not a record of record, it's just a record with field names as day and month, and those field names has list as its value but not record as its value, so it's not a record of record. Option D is a record of record because each field name has another record has its value, so it is a record of record. Okay, what is problem 3? Which of the following are examples of a list? See here, everything you can see, everything are enclosed in square bracket. Okay, you can say they can be, yeah, they are record because everything is enclosed in a square bracket. But option D is not enclosed in square bracket, so it is not a list. From this it is clear. And also you can see it is a list of integers because only there are integers in it. Here list of strings because it has only strings in it. So you can say it is a list of strings. Here option C is list of characters, because the elements, each and everything, they're separated by comma, and each and every element is enclosed in in single code, so it is a character. Here each and every element is separated by comma, and each and every element is within double quotes, so these are strings, and we have list of strings here. So option A, B, C are list. List is a collection of data type, and record also you can have collection of data types in a list. What is doubt here? Why open and his? Open is a verb and was is a verb, so B will be incremented. B will be 1 here, and after seeing open, B will be 2. But A is 1 only. A we are not resetting to 0, so it hasn't seen. It was not like we haven't come to the end of sentence also to check. Reluctant to open his eyes. Eyes is not a verb, so it's a noun, and the word is ending with full stop, and B is not equal to 1. B is 2, so A won't be incremented, so A will be 1 only here. Increment means we are increasing the value of A by 1 and B also by 1. When you are incrementing, only if B value is 1, then A must be incremented. When B must be incremented, if the parts of speech of that particular word is 1, then if it is a verb, then only B must be incremented. Yeah. In like any other content related doubts or anything from week 1 activity or practice assignment questions, you can ask here. Yeah, or or in the presentation, whatever doubts you have, you can ask here. See, sub, sub here someone like Sneha is asking, like, please explain subtype of integer why we divide by 100. See, we won't divide any integer data type by 100 always. Only the print. If we are mentioned in the lecture, if you have watched the lecture, then you can understand the print function. If we say print of some integer, then what that print function will do, it will divide that the integer which we have given by 100, and it will output, it will print those that value on the screen. That's why we are doing. Yeah, Vijay Kumar, like you are asking, can you tell briefly about the subdata types? I request you to watch the lectures. There, they have mentioned clearly about the subtypes also. Once you try watching them, if something is unclear, then you can write in the forum or you can ask in the sessions. Yeah, you please try watching the subtypes. They are very easy to understand. Yeah. Question 8, you have doubt, no? Yeah. Show the question 8. The question is like, you need to find the given procedure finds a category which generated the higher revenue between electronics and stationery. So you need to find the the category which has generated higher revenue, whether electronics has generated higher revenue or stationery has generated higher revenue. So here you should maintain the variables e cost and s cost. I think you everyone has understood why e cost and s cost must be initialized to 0, because you are storing some number in it. You are adding the cost of all electronics item, so it must store number in it and must be 0, because you should store actual sum of those electronics category item and stationery category item. So you can't initialize it to 10 or some other value, some random value. It must be initialized only to 0, because you should find the total sum from electronic category and stationery category. So you should find the cost of those categories, so they must be initialized to 0. And higher, the higher, see what you are doing here. If e cost is greater than s cost, then store electronics in higher. So higher variable is storing electronics. Electronics is nothing but a string. Electronics or stationery, higher variable can store any one of those things. Electronics or stationery, these are enclosed in double quote, so it is a string. So a higher variable must be initialized to some string. It should not be initialized to some number. So it must be initialized to some string. If you see options, you can find it must be initialized to none, which is a string. That's why it's none. Okay, I think now it's clear to you. Uh, do we store boolean value in none? If none is a variable, then you can, if none is a variable, some variable, then you can say none equal to true. You can set any value to that, none equal to true or false, then it will become, none will become boolean. Boolean is nothing if the variable, if there is some variable a or b or some any variable, if it is assigned to either true or false, then you can say it is of boolean data type. Okay. Yeah, what is a float? See, how can we see integers are 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. But if there is something like 10.3 or 10.4 or 0.3, something, point, some in like kind of you have some fractional part or something like that, that is 1.33, 2.4, something like that, that is a float where it is not integer. Gender can be seen as subtype of which of the following basic data types? Why the answer is character, not boolean? Yeah, gender is a character because gender can be m. If you have gone through score status set, it is m or f, and it is enclosed in single quotes, so it is a character. So character is nothing but it is a literal, only one literal, either a or b or c or some any literal, only one, just a single literal, and it must be enclosed in single quotes, then it will become a character. So that's why it is a character, but not a string, but not a boolean. Boolean is nothing but true or false. Boolean can take only two values, either true or false. Whether character can take anything, any literal, but it must be enclosed in single quotes. That's why it's called a, yeah, character. Why none is a string? None, you can't say none is a string, but the none, if none is enclosed in double quotes, then you can say none is a string. If anything is enclosed in double quotes, you can say it is a string. Okay, what is the please, people who ever has doubt in practice assignment questions, no, you try looking through the solution. If the solution is also not clear to you, you can write in the forum or you can ask in one of the live sessions. Please try keeping some efforts, then we will, yeah, Mahi, yeah, you can try going through the solution. Okay, yeah, if you have some problems in submitting the CT assignments, then you can mail to operational people or contact them directly. You can contact them and you can tell your problem, or you can mail them. Okay, okay, then yeah. What if gender is given like m? Ma'am, please tell from where we get to know. Yeah, for you can check the calendar always, please, like everything will be updated in the calendar. From there you can get the information about this. And also if there is some, yeah, I think the people also has, yeah, you can find in calendar most, mostly. Okay, the question is like, is gender m? That is like you are checking whether the gender is male or female, then it will return whether true or false, then the data type will be boolean. Okay, is gender m, is something, is you are checking some condition whether it's happening or not, whether it's true or false. So if it will the only possibility is answer will be either true or false, in that case it will be boolean. But if it is m or f, then it will be only a character. No, yeah, okay, then yeah, I think I can end this session for now. Yeah, do we need to arrange this all the cards first? This is, ma'am, some Saloni, do we always have to arrange the cards in pile 1 before initializing the variable 0? I was not unable to understand. So the thing is like, yeah, this is the best procedure which was explained in, which we have used in the lectures also. You will first arrange the cards, then only you are initializing the variables. This is a proper procedure, you can say, to do that. Then you are initializing variables. Okay. Yeah, definitely there will be more live sessions on Solve with Us Instructor. Every week you will have one Solve with Instructor session. Okay. Okay then. Yeah, we can end the session now then. So how can you, some who is Ravikant, ma'am, we can read the top card and we can check if empty, stop the iteration. No, like how can you read the top card if there is no card? So you should check whether there is card and then you can read. If there is no card, then if you say read the top card, then what system will do? It can't understand anything, it won't do anything, you can't do anything, right? So you should read the card only if there are more cards in the card. If there is a card, you can write for queries, you can write in the discussion forum or discourse, whatever, wherever. Okay, you can use discussion forum or discourse for your queries, and you can attend live sessions and you can ask your queries. Okay, there will be open sessions, and yeah, solve with a session. Yeah, weekly there will be 3 sessions. You can attend those sessions and you can ask your doubts, or else you can, yes, yes, Ripunjay, it's correct. Okay then, yeah, we will end the session for now. Yeah, there will be 3 sessions per week. Yeah. Okay, thanks all for joining the session.